Hey, I'm Eddie, just a regular guy. I'm sharing glimpses of my life, lessons I've learned, and things I love, in pursuit of the good life. Hey, what's going on, people? Tuesday, April 1st, EddTalks. I'm back again. I'm in my room where all the magic happens. This is a different space. I'm filming a little bit later, and my kids are just coming home, and so I wanted just a little bit of time here where I can dedicate to the stream. And that's my wife, my partner, my spouse. She's hiding. I don't know why. What are you hiding from, babe? She got to get her stuff. Just dumped it over here. Well, yeah, I needed to make space, baby. So, yeah. Oh, where's my ticker? Let's get that going. Bye. There it is. Boom. All right. So for today, trying to come in with a plan, but as you know, these things are not planned. So first, I've got my lunch. Then we're gonna hop into the gratitude, and then of course, share a meal we had last night, which ties into the gratitude, and then lastly, just wrap things up with a focus on a couple articles about eating right. At my age, early 40s, can't be eating fast food anymore as much as I want to, or do what I'm doing. Try to eat right Monday to Thursday, Monday to Friday, and then just kind of just let loose on the weekend. That's okay, but there's obviously some drawbacks. Sometimes I'll overeat. Sometimes I'll eat the wrong thing over the weekend. And I'm really trying to be in tip-top shape. I've always wanted a six-pack. Never, ever got close. I mean, you can see the outline. But now I'm getting close because I'm eating right. I'm exercising. But if I just ate right Monday to Friday, shoot, I'd probably have like a 2-pack. Anyways, so what's for lunch today? It's 2:30 Pacific. Usually I'm having an afternoon snack by now, but had a couple work calls and it threw me off schedule. But let's see if we can get this in here. Maybe that's the better angle. Pull it back rather than putting it up close. But this is one of my favorite meals. So first, I already had some celery. I didn't have any kimchi today. So I got a little piece of celery. It's important to eat enough veggies. I have a little bit of arugula. This was actually left over from yesterday. I was about to toss it, and I also hate tossing food and wasting food. And then the last thing, the main meal, I meant to look up the name, but this is a Thai dish that April made. It's that ground pork, ground chicken, depending on where you get it and depending on what meat you pick. But it's that ground meat dish with jalapenos and basil, and I'm trying to think what else is in there. Anyways, so freaking bomb. And for this meal specifically, we use half chicken, half pork. So it's nice and juicy still, a lot of flavor. But since we use chicken, it feels a little bit healthier. So let me start off with a piece of celery. But with that, I'm curious, how are you doing? How's your day going? What did you have for lunch? Are you happy? Are you satisfied? Well, no matter where you are, no matter who you are, I'm sending good vibes. I'm hoping that you're where you want to be. You're doing stuff, taking action, and just living life to the fullest. All right. Let me just get a quick bite though, because I am pretty hungry. I do have a second thing, or I guess a third or fourth thing I'm eating, but this is my other meal. I'm finishing up the oatmeal I made last week. And so that's why I love making a big batch, because I make a big batch and then it just lasts a few days and I just have something quick to grab. For me, that was always the hardest part when trying to eat at home, is that you don't have stuff ready. Wow, that's good. So you can see. So I'm second guessing eating this arugula. It was sitting out overnight, and when I looked at it, it looked okay. But some of it looks a little moist. You see, that's the one thing I hate about vegetables, is that sometimes it gets moist and wet. And since we're eating a lot more vegetables now, we're a lot better about it, but it's when we're sitting out on the counter overnight, right? So it's not in the right environment, and so it gets nasty. So I think I'm going to skip out on it. I don't want to subject myself to eating it, because I know it's going to have a weird taste. Or in other words, it's going to taste nasty, right? All right. So let me get another piece of celery here. But for my gratitude today, I'm really trying to hone in, and I think hopefully it's going to just get easier over time. But when I'm thinking about my gratitude for it's like, what had a lasting impact on me? Like, what am I most grateful for? And crazy thing is, there's like a number of moments, right? But with that, yesterday, so I'm eating my favorite dish. I think April made this on Friday, the night of the concert. Oh, it's already been 4 days since we saw Jodeci. But so I'm finishing this off. Yesterday for dinner, we tried a new meal. And so there's this cookbook we got from Target, and like, we never buy cookbooks ever. I have a whole bunch, but man, this cookbook is crazy. Pull it up on Amazon. Newt, a cookbook for all. So this launched April of last year, but we've probably made 5 or 6 things out of this cookbook. In fact, I made a short about it not too long ago, but man, this is a legit cookbook. I've never heard of Newt. Obviously, the name is interesting, because this is a Newt. You don't know? Oops. These are newts. They're like little salamanders, amphibians. They like live in the water and on land. They're pretty cool. Anyways, that's what a newt is. But yeah, he has this cookbook, and it's been so refreshing to get a legit cookbook. And he's from the Bay. He's from San Jose. Damn, so much greatness coming out of the Bay. I love being here. Whether it's tech, fashion, independent rap, money, success, sports. Dude, Tom Brady, Levi's jeans, Barry Bonds. I could go on and on, man. Jason Kidd, Gary Payton, En Vogue, Mac Dre, crazy. So much success. And I think it's really our area. We have creatives, we have professionals. You've got Stanford, we've got Cal, which is right around the corner. Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent, but you can't tell I love the Bay. I love California. And I don't care what anybody says. If people are hating on California, it's because they don't know what's up. But yeah, and so my gratitude for today is helping cook a meal yesterday. So let's kick things off. I probably honestly need to edit these and just put it on one video. But this right here that you're seeing, this is the marinade for the meat. Sorry, it's in vertical, but very simple. It's I'm just trying to think off the top right now. It had Maggi seasoning, excuse me, oyster sauce, avocado oil, sugar, baking soda, baking powder, something like that. That's the marinade. This is it, fully whipped up. There's our steak. Those are 2 ribeyes. Actually, just pulled these out of the freezer. We got these for New Year's, and that's what we ate. I chopped them up. I love the fat, but as you can see, I had to take off some of the fat because it's just nasty. So now I'm just adding the marinade here. And I didn't cook this meal. My wife cooked this one. We're using our cast iron. I think that was a big mistake. It's because it was getting too caramelized. I love this cast iron. It's my baby. Take care of this. But I don't think it's made for these. It's made more for like searing, high heat, that sort of thing. Not like a saucy dish, but it's okay. And then this is the finished final product. So the ribeyes there at the bottom. There's some eggs on top, and then just some sauteed onions and tomatoes. But yeah, it was so good. Oh, let's say 6. Let's say 6. It actually really tastes similar to the shaken beef that I cooked either last week or 2 weeks ago. And so that was also from the Newt cookbook. But yeah, it's weird. The flavors were like almost exactly the same. The shaken beef had other vegetables, and it also had condensed milk in it. But this one had some sugar. So there's still that sweet element. Yeah, so that's my daily gratitude. Not the meal, but the fact that I helped contribute to the meal, right? Because it's all about teamwork, and I hope if you've seen any of my streams here, I'm really just an open book, and I'm sharing glimpses of my life, what I'm going through. Not sure why it would be relevant to you, but I'm over 40 years old, got 3 children. I've been with my wife. We've been married at least 18 years, been together almost 30. And so, I feel like I have a good amount of experience in that department. I'm not perfect, nowhere near perfect. Oh my gosh. But I'm here and, doing my best to live the life that I want, and live every day mindfully with intention, trying to be my best and trying to provide for my family. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's all off the top, of course, but I'm sure if I spent some time, I could hone it in a little bit more, but you get the idea. And then yesterday, we went on a walk, and well, let's stick to the script here. All right, so you see what I'm eating for lunch. I'm still eating. It's like every stream. Daily gratitude. I helped out with the meal yesterday. Love that. And then I showed the meal. And then now number 4, eating right. So I came across these 2 articles. And I felt like they're pretty relevant. If I think they're interesting, again, I'm going to share it on here. So that's the thing. I don't know what I'm going to talk about day to day, right? All right, so here we go. All right, 4 shortfall nutrients experts worry most about. The 4 shortfall nutrients experts worry most about. There you go. All right, so let's see what they recommend here. Fewer than 10% of us meet the daily recommended intake of vegetables, 2 to 3 cups a day. And only 20% eat enough fruit. Damn, who doesn't like fruit? Like, there's no excuse. I know sometimes it's a pain in the butt. You may not have time. Shoot, you may not have money because fruit can be more expensive. But man, who doesn't like mangoes or apples or watermelons, peaches, oranges, blueberries, strawberries? I can go on and on. Bananas, pears. But if you're not eating any fruit, definitely give it a try. Try it out. Eat some fruit today. Treat yourself. Get some natural sugar, some fiber. So public health concern number 1, I just mentioned this, fiber. They're pleading with us, please eat more fiber right now. Dietary fiber is essential for a healthy digestive tract, but it also plays an important role in metabolic health, which is protection from heart disease and improving blood glucose regulation. And it helps you consume vitamins A, D, E, and C. So eat more fiber. Number 2, calcium. We all grew up hearing that calcium would build strong bones. But now that we're growing, many of us feel we don't need it. That's not true. Use vitamins D and K to enhance absorption. So calcium is really good for ongoing bone and heart health. So they recommend 1,000 milligrams for most adults, increasing to 1,200 milligrams for women over 40 and women over 50 and men over 70. Vitamin D, the role of vitamin D is continuing to be studied. It's well known for its role in bone health, but they're saying it's got a broader role in health overall. They're saying eat some salmon, some grass-fed beef, crate-free pork, and mushrooms, and you'll get a good dose. So they recommend setting up your plate with 1/4 lean protein, 1/2 vegetables, and 1/4 complex carbohydrates. So when you've got your plate, you want to think about how you're setting that up. Right? So you've got your plate here. Just 1/4 of the plate is meat. 1/2 of your plate is vegetables, and then the other 1/2 is a complex carbohydrate. That's, I'm assuming, like a quinoa or couscous, something like that. Brown rice, right? whole grain brown rice, I guess. Is that what it is? We eat white rice. I'm Filipino. Come on. I used to mess around with that brown rice, and it's too pellety. We found some good ones, some brown jasmine, but it's still very dense. And so there's nothing like eating white rice. All right, so let's go to the last one here. And so the last one, potassium. So they're saying, and I know bananas are a great source of potassium. So again, I mentioned wanting to eat more fruit, challenging anybody who's not eating enough fruit to go out and get some fruit. I mentioned bananas. Like, who doesn't love a banana? Now, for me, I personally like them when they're less ripe. So I like them, greenish yellow. I think it's good. I think the sugar content isn't as high versus a fully ripe yellow banana with like brown spots. That's going to have a higher sugar content, but it also tastes way pastier and it's like harder to swallow. So for me, I prefer mine like lighter yellow and a little like hints of green. Ooh, that's perfect. But yeah, this is good for regulating blood pressure. So maintain the right balance of fluids and electrolytes in your body. When that's imbalanced, that can lead to high blood pressure, which is a major contributor to cardiovascular disease. And so the two top sources for potassium, bananas and potatoes. So let's review these again one more time pretty quickly here. No side comments, Eddie, please. So number one, more fiber. Calcium, vitamin D, and potassium. And again, the other key takeaway here, when you're thinking about your plate, half of your plate should be vegetables. That's hard. A quarter is the meat, and then the other quarter is some sort of complex carbohydrate. So again, not white rice, but more like quinoa, couscous, or brown rice. Again, and not something you need to do every single day. Maybe you can build yourself up to that. Like now, that's how I eat almost every day. But because I've been doing it a while and I built myself up, I found things I like that are healthier. And so a lot of it, just like your everyday life, comes down to your choices. Like, what are you doing? Like, what kind of food are you putting in your body? How are you fueling yourself? All right. Anyways, hey, I'm just coming from a good place. Man, I don't care what you do. I just want, again, I'm coming with good vibes, peace and love. And hopefully, if you're starting to eat right, maybe this is your call to just continue to eat healthier. And if you're not, maybe it's your day to say, you know what? I want to be healthier. I deserve it. So before we move on to the next article, of course, I want to remind you, if you're here and you made it this far, I'm streaming almost every day. I'm supposed to stream on the weekends. I haven't the last 2 weekends. It's hard. But I'm here. I'm showing up. And I'm just sharing things that I think are valuable. It's usually focused on my family, what I love, food, sneakers, trying to be my best self. And if that resonates with you, come on and join me. Come, see what's going down. Engage with me. Let's start a dialogue. I would love to go back and forth. I'm not trying to come up with some premium program and start charging a subscription. Like, I ain't trying to do that. But I am just trying to dedicate a little bit of time, connect with some folks, share what's interesting to me, and learn from you guys. So make sure you like this video, subscribe, help me reach more people. We need more content like this, right? I know there's a lot out there. I'm boring as hell. I'm too serious. I wish I could play music. I wish I could do more. I wish I could have some guests, but I'm sorting all that out right now. But come in, let's connect. Alrighty, so we got one more. All right. The number one snack for better gut health. So again, your gut is very, very important. I think we all take it for granted, but it's doing a lot. It's digesting your food. It's absorbing nutrients, right? And so if something's off, you're going to feel it. In fact, a lot of scientists have theorized that the gut might be the original brain. So before we developed these big, huge brains that can process things very quickly, the gut had that type of responsibility. Again, that's why there's that saying, right? I feel it in my gut. You get a gut feeling because the gut is more than just digesting your food. But so let's see here. These days, going with your gut means practicing the habits that support your gut health. There's trillions of bacteria in your gut today. And it helps benefit your digestive system, your immune system, and your metabolism. Your digestive system is what I was talking about. Again, breaking down your food. Immune system. How healthy are you? How strong is your immune system, your white blood cells? How prepared are they to take out some bacteria, right? Keep you healthy and strong. And then metabolism, how fast are you burning energy, burning calories, things like that. So one of the most important things you can do is feed good microbes. So that might be fruits, veggies, and probiotic packed foods like yogurt. So the best snack for overall gut health? Nuts. Nuts are an ideal combination of the gut healthy nutrients that your gastrointestinal, your GI docs recommend. Both nuts by the handful and nut butter make great between meal bites. So nuts are a perfect combination of protein and fiber. So there are certain things like when I eat nuts, so this is the trade-off, right? Like I've always dealt with some sort of eating issues, eating too much, eating the wrong stuff. And I lost my train of thought. Oh, but when I'm eating real food, my nuts, my fruits, my veggies, things like that, I don't really care how much I'm eating because I know it's not processed. I know it's good for my body and I'm listening to my body because I'm hungry. Now, there might be an emotional aspect to that, yes, but when you're eating the right thing, you don't have to worry so much about, oh my gosh, did I overeat, or I just ate the whole ice cream, or the whole, like the bin ice cream, or the whole cake, or whatever. Like I could do that. Like I can seriously destroy some sweets. But when you're eating healthy, you're eating the right thing, it doesn't matter. And you know what? It makes you full and helps you stay full longer. At least that's my experience, right? So, but yeah. Okay, and then they give examples of other healthy snacks. Some whipped hummus, roasted chickpeas, plant-based yogurt. I guess they don't want you to eat the dairy-based yogurt. Edamame, cinnamon almond butter, strawberry pineapple smoothie. So you got some options. I mean, out of those, I'd probably pick edamame's pretty good. Hummus is okay, especially if you're eating it with vegetables. Like it helps you mask the vegetables and so you can eat it. And then of course, smoothies. We love making smoothies. Um, we typically, ours is a nice balance where it's sweet, but we're adding, a lot of spinach. We're adding, I don't know, we may add flax, chia, we add some yogurt, some vitamins, like directly to the smoothie. And yeah, so my daughter, she's responsible for making the smoothies. Appreciate you, baby girl. Love you. Thanks for keeping us healthy. And yesterday, instead of a smoothie, you know what she made? Banana bread. So late last night, I went down and like half of it was gone. So I saw it in the Tupperware sitting there, and boom, I just ate like a whole slice. I couldn't stop. It was so buttery and not as sweet as I'm used to. I think we're always looking for really, really ripe, extra ripe, like they're about to go bad bananas, because it has that higher sugar content. This time, I don't think the bananas were at that level, but it was amazing. It was buttery. It was like we made it, and so like I know what's in it, at least for the most part, right? So you can kind of control it, but like control what you're eating. But yeah, so I appreciate my daughter. She does a lot around here. All of us do. We're all chipping in. But yeah. So maybe it's a good time to cut it now. Today, we talked about my gratitude like we do every single day. And it was for helping the fam. Yesterday, I helped with the meal. I made the marinade for the steak, the ribeye steak. Cut up the steak. I marinated it. And then when my wife started cooking, I went down to just like check it out, offer some moral support. And then we looked at the meal, and it was a pretty bomb meal. Again, I give it like a solid 6.5, 7. And then we also looked at a couple articles, right? Talking about just eating right. I think for me, when I think about eating right, I'm always intimidated because it's like, oh, damn, more veggies and eating stuff I don't want. But that's the trick. We all have different palates. We all like different things. You just got to find what works for you. You might absolutely love hummus. And I'm just like, right? Give me some ranch. But you get the idea. So I think to close this out, I was saying that, yesterday I went on a walk. I had to take Lola out, and it was nice. My older kids joined me. But we had an opportunity to just walk around the neighborhood, and every time I just always noticed something. Yesterday morning, it was a goose. A week ago, it's a hawk. And now that it's spring, all the oak trees are blooming. Everything's looking really nice. And in a few weeks, in a few months, all this green's gonna go away because we're about to get hit with like 100-degree weather, 100-degree temperature. So you can see they're doing some construction back there. Wow, that's so nice. Oh, there's Lola. So freaking nice, man. And then the last one I want to share is for all the lovebirds out there. This is me and baby girl. It's me and the wifey at the concert. having a great time. All right. So this was a quick one. I fell a little bit behind today. I was hoping to get my workout in like I normally do in the morning, and then I start working. I take my calls. This time didn't work out like that. I got the times mixed up. I thought my first call was at 10:30, ended up being 10, and so I didn't have time to do my workout. Then I had to hop on my second sales call, and then so here I am. So normally I get my workout done before I work, and I'm good to go. But it's all good. Hey, I used to be super rigid and strict. Now I'm easy breezy. I'm going with the flow. It's all good. All right. So Tuesday, April 1st, Ed Talks, another one done. I appreciate you. Again, another reminder, if you're here and this is interesting and you feel like this is valuable for you, I'm just looking to connect with as many people as I can, build this up, and start changing the narrative. Yo, I'm trying to attract people like me. We need to connect. We need to get together so we can align on some things, offer comfort and support. The world is falling, like crumbling, failing all around us, it feels like, at least for me. And so hopefully if we stay connected, it won't be so bad. There's strength in numbers. So, all right. Make sure you like and subscribe. Again, I appreciate you. Ed Talks, Ed POV, live in Northern California, signing off.